Today on Incredible Hulk, She-Hulk is going to get her revenge against the Red Hulk. This is the Comicstorian channel. I break down a lot of trade paperbacks and single issues in the world of comics, cutting out the fluff and the additional B-plots. All the alterations we make to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and let's get over to that storyline. In our last two videos, we discovered that the Red Hulk had arrived and was fighting against the Hulk. After the Hulk definitively beat him down, Red Hulk vanished, and Hulk went on a search for him, fighting against Wendigo, while She-Hulk has seemingly tracked down the Red Hulk, so now she would like a little revenge. She-Hulk nods, hanging up the phone, going down the list of superheroines that could back her up in her hunt for the Red Hulk. She keeps crossing names off until she finally gets someone. That's great, she says. Of course she can bring the horse. A short time later, Valkyrie lands her Pegasus on the deck of the helicarrier. Valkyrie, Thundra. Thundra, Valkyrie. Jennifer says that she introduces the two heroes that she managed to get a hold of. Let's get to work, Thundra nods. A short time later, Maria clips through the slides on her briefing of the Red Hulk. How he quickly cut through the likes of Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, and She-Hulk. Sorry, Jen, she whispers as She-Hulk shakes her head in shame at the footage. She looks at the three women, explaining that their mission is to capture the Red Hulk so that they can learn his civilian identity. Since this is S.H.I.E.L.D. sanctioned, I'd like you to armor up, she says as she walks over to the armory. Is she serious? Thundra whispers to Valkyrie. Take your pick, Hill says as she motions to a wall of weapons and armor. The girls quickly get into their gear and choose their weapons, finally standing ready to fight. Let's go spank some red ass, She-Hulk says as she lifts her magical mace. It takes a few days to locate the criminal, but they do finally find Red Hulk inside of a rundown bar near Mount Rushmore. They find him amidst the destroyed ruins, drinking from a keg like it's a beer can. I'd ask you to surrender, but I'm really hoping you put up a good fight, She-Hulk tells him as the three women enter the bar through the door. Even though the wall is destroyed, he throws down the keg. Careful what you wish for, he bellows as he rushes at them, knocking all three of them back out into the open. As the women scatter, Red Hulk reaches out, grabbing a hold of a nearby gas tanker. What do you think, Walters? You just show up with a couple of your gal pals and get some payback? Red Hulk asks. Actually, yeah, she says as she reaches up to block the truck as he brings it down. The gasoline explodes, showering all of them in flames, but the women are nigh indestructible, and Thundra leaps, swinging the magic chain that she took from the armory down on Red Hulk. That's enough, she shouts, and Red Hulk reaches out, grabbing the chain, allowing it to wrap around his wrist. Thundra, we haven't even started, he snarls, yanking the chain from her grasp, whipping it through the air, allowing it to wrap around She-Hulk's neck. Come to daddy, he says as he drags her away, dangling her over the edge of Mount Rushmore, choking her as he looks up at the other two. If you two want to come back inside and have a beer with me, and play spin the bottle, I won't kill your girlfriend here, he tells them with a smile. She-Hulk continues to struggle against the chain. Don't you dare listen, she gasps. I'm not listening. Are you listening? Valkyrie asks Thundra. How can you hear anything with that helmet on? Thundra asks Valkyrie. But Red Hulk just continues to smile as he holds the chain. What's it gonna be, girls? She-Hulk dies or you agree to be the bread in a Red Hulk sandwich, he tells them. And then he tells them that they have 3 seconds to decide before he yanks the chain, snapping her neck. But Valkyrie moves quickly, throwing her sword through the air, and it spins past Red Hulk's head as he easily dodges it. Don't move, he tells them. But Thundra manages to reach the shotgun that fell. Not so dumb if you knew the plan, she snaps as she brings the weapon up, blasting Red Hulk in the face. Valkyrie's sword keeps going, slashing through the chain as Red Hulk crumples in pain. You have just made a big mistake, he growls, but Thundra just shoots him again when he looks up to threaten them. As She-Hulk begins to fall, she's quickly caught by Valkyrie's Pegasus. She flips off of the flying horse and lands on Red Hulk's back, driving him hard into the earth. She-Hulk smash! She bellows, and the ground cracks beneath them, and Abraham Lincoln's head begins to crumble and fall off the mountain. That's gonna leave a mark, she hisses as she wraps the chain around Red Hulk's throat, pulling tight. Die! Valkyrie shouts, rushing forward, driving the sword through the monster's chest. A look of surprise crosses his face as he falls to the ground, no longer moving. Well, that was easy if you don't count the part where he almost killed all of us, She-Hulk notes as they stand over the body of Red Hulk, and Thundra keeps her weapon up. Careful, he could be playing us, she begins to say, but Red Hulk reaches up, grabbing her weapon. Not could be, absolutely was, he growls as he rips the weapon free of her grasp, getting to his feet. Now for my next trick. He gasps as he pulls the sword's hilt, pulling it out of his own chest. He then holds both weapons in his hands, anger radiating off of him. "I'm gonna chop off your heads and use them for..." He begins to shout, but a voice interrupts him. No. Sorry we're late to the party?" Sue Richards calls, and Red Hulk turns to see Spider-Woman, Invisible Woman, Storm, Tigra, Hellcat, and Black Widow all charging towards him. Jen smiles as her friends gather around her. "Ladies, let's teach this jughead some manners," and the group of female superheroes launch themselves at Red Hulk, hitting them with everything that they've got. He tosses She-Hulk aside as Tigra and Hellcat leap onto his back, slashing at him with their claws. Sue hits him with a barrage of invisible energy, trying to bring him down. He tosses the cats aside as Valkyrie rushes in with her spear, but he grabs the tip, knocking her away. "You know, I've taken all the crap I'm gonna take from you," She-Hulk yells as she barrels in, hitting him again and again, raining punches down on his face and body. She finally whirls, punching him in the nose, staggering the Red Giant. "Now's our chance!" she shouts to her friends as he stumbles. Sue bubbles his head, cutting off his air supply, leaving a small hole for Storm. The bubble is then filled with lightning that rips into Red Hulk. He staggers for a moment before tipping over and falling to the ground. Before he could fall off the edge, Thundra lashes out with a chain, tying him back up. And triumphantly, the women stand over their fallen enemy. "What do we do with him now?" Tigra asks. "We take Val's sword and chop his head off and be done with it," Thundra says simply. But She-Hulk shakes her head, explaining that they have to wait for him to calm to see who he really is. "And then maybe we chop his head off," she nods. Time passes, and the women talk about their lives, catching everyone up. Thundra stands over the body with the sword. "I still say we chop off his head," she says to the group, but more time passes, and they continue to talk. Storm brings up that he might not even revert, just like She-Hulk doesn't, but Thundra waits with the sword. "I still say we chop his head off," she says. Morning dawns overhead, and Thundra chimes in. "I still say we chop his head off." "We get it!" She-Hulk shouts in exasperation. Full daylight appears, and the heroes all stretch in exhaustion. Red Hulk suddenly rears up, ripping the chains apart in a single flex. He then lashes out, taking out both Jessica Drew and Storm in one quick move. "He played us! He took out Aurora and Drew, our only flyers!" Thundra shouts, but she is suddenly grabbed by Red Hulk as he rushes past them, leaping away with his new prisoner. She-Hulk tries to leap after him, but she can't leap as high, missing grabbing Red Hulk. She curses as she falls back to the earth. A short time later, Red Hulk slams Thundra against the wall, telling her to calm down, that he only wanted to recruit her. He explains, "I'm not the Green Hulk. I kidnapped you because I have plans, and I get what I want." "Why me?" she asks, and he smiles, his eyes glowing. "Because you were the only one who was willing to kill me. Now do you want to hear what I have to offer?" Later, the other heroes are fixing Mount Rushmore when Jen's phone buzzes. She answers it, relieved to hear Thundra's voice on the other end. "What did he want? Why did he take you?" she asks, and Thundra pauses for a moment before she tells Jen that Red Hulk just wanted to use her as a hostage and let her go. "I'm glad you're okay. We'll get him next time," Jen tells her, and Thundra nods, hanging up the phone, walking away. And that concludes the end of Red Hulk Volume 2, or Incredible Hulk Volume 2, whichever this is actually a part of. I thought we would do the She-Hulk fight a little bit separately because I thought it was a fun fight. But what do you guys think in the comments down below? I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and don't forget, we bring you new videos here on a weekly basis right here at Comicstorian. So like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and don't forget, for only $2, you can get early access to the videos as we make them. Thank you so much for your continued support, and we'll see you next time right here.